Do you want to see some of the audience reviews? Because I see on IMDb it has a 2.3 score. Do you want to see? You want to read some of these reviews here?
Yeah. What are some of these? I'm sure very well thought out, very well written reviews.
So let me see.
What I'm seeing, it's like 72 on Rotten Tomatoes and 5.4 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah, so I'm on IMDb. I think this is Google reviews. Let me go to IMDb. Let me see. Let me go to IMDb here. I'll read some from Rotten Tomatoes as well. Let me see. Let me pull these up here. Well, read one from. You got it pulled up. You read one from.
Yeah, I got one from. Here's a 5-star review. 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. There's an excellent short film in here from Danny Mita. There's over an hour of sleep-inducing dead air that does nothing to increase the tension or atmosphere, at least for me. I'm someone who enjoys a slow burn, but even I have my limits. I watch it at night to get into the horror atmosphere, and I struggled not to fall asleep throughout the whole thing. It's a shame because if you cut out most of that dead air, there are moments of pure horror that genuinely freak me out. Hopefully someone will do a fan edit and cut out over an hour of weird camera angles and the sound of old cartoons playing in the distance, because my God, there's only so much I could handle.
So this is a 1-star review for Skinamarink, IMDb. Title: I have horror movie blue balls. Which I understand, because I was gonna say in my review that the movie was called like kind of edging me. Is that what you call it? Like edging, when you kind of like tease. I was like, the movie's kind of edging a lot. So it says here, this guy says, I saw this film at the recommendation of a friend's husband who said he couldn't sleep because he found the film so disturbing. Luckily, a theater near me was playing it, so I got my brother to join, and we're mad. First of all, grainy film texture made me motion sick. Second of all, none of the scares paid off. It was like good setup and just nothing. It was also too dark. You couldn't see anything. It's like, well, that's kind of the point. You couldn't say that's kind of the point of it, but okay. Too quiet and too loud. All the dialogue is whispered and only sometimes captioned, so I couldn't make out what the characters were saying half the time. And oh my God, it was too long. I think we thought it would end it at least 8 times and just groaned when the movie kept going. Well, some of these things here, that's kind of the point of it. I mean, the grainy film. That's again. I mean, if it made you motion, I mean, I guess you can't help that. That's kind of the point of it. The look, the kind of style they were going for. It was too dark. Again, kind of the point of the movie that it was kind of too dark. I mean, that's kind of the point of it. And then too quiet and too loud. The dialogue being whispered. Again, that's kind of like a lot of the point of the movie there. Why don't you read one off? Read one.
Okay. So all right. All right, here's a 4 out of 10 from username. All the people saying this film is plotless are wrong. There is a plot here, although it is extremely vague and thin. Might be one of the thinnest plot lines I've ever seen, and that is what caused the film to be at times unbearably boring for me. I actually enjoyed the aesthetic of the film. The faceless characters, the low light, lo-fi camera work. It's a style that could present a high creep factor with the proper story to go along with it. This is not that story. I will say this is much better than the director's previous effort, Heck, which is basically a short film that started this one. I feel like the director has a better grip on the style he's presenting here. That still doesn't make up for the lack of story. So that seems to be like a common thing in a lot of the user reviews here.
That it has lack of story, or that, yeah. Let's see. Let's see here. So this is another review here. It says the people that praise this movie are either the people who made this trash or high. Yeah, I'm sorry. The people that praise this movie are either the people who made this trash or Hive. These movies was over an hour of bad camera shots of the walls, ceiling, table, lamps, and floor. It's like a couple of kids tried to do a Blair Witch style movie and forgot to make it scary. I can't fathom how people find this scary. Seeing grandma naked is way more scary than this snore fest. I read the reviews first. I read the reviews first, then watched and waited with bated breath for something scary, like hoping to win the Mega Ball or that $1 million scratch ticket. I was sorely disappointed. If you find this scary with the lights on, don't go outside ever and never ever interact with another human being. I've been more scared of Pokemon cartoons than this movie. Seriously, the scariest part were the Legos on the floor, because stepping on those are horrible. This is not a horror movie. It's just horrible. Jeez.
Wow.
Let me see. Let me get one from IMDb. I mean, from Rotten Tomatoes here. It says here, this person said, this was a terrible movie. The aesthetic is definitely creepy, but it was impossible to understand what was going on in the movie. It was like watching someone's bad dream because of the lack of coherency. Everyone at the theater looked at each other and collectively said, what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, after the movie was done, because it just has like the end at the end of it, and everything like that, everybody was kind of like, oh, well, all right. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like, it seems like that was kind of the collective thing from my theater. But with this person, what he said that, let me see, let me go back to it. That, it was like someone's bad dream. I mean, that is kind of a theory. One of the theories kind of going on is that it's kind of like a dream. It's supposed to be like dream-esque or something, like I said, like a nightmare. So yeah, but, yeah, that was some, reviews for Skinamarink.